I don't think Kelly Plague played this game at all. Because the stuff that she says clearly indicates that she didn't play this, because I'm going to show you some things that she said in her written review that clearly doesn't make any sense. Like this: earn negligible amount of trust and money by going to the camps. And, so, when you kill the freakers, aka zombies, you get parts of the zombies that could be useful when you go back to the camp, and you can trade it into the kitchen so they can make something. Not the zombies, but the animals that you've killed that you come across the game. Now I was like at 261. I'm gonna jump to like 400 just with some of the items that I traded. That's not a negligible amount. I could actually, if I was a little bit low on gas, refill it here, but you do find gas along the way, so it's not like it's scarce. But if you go out and hunt, like she says, hunting is just there to beat her, it actually can help you get a lot of trust back, and get some credit along with it. So it just doesn't make any sense, and she's saying these things just doesn't sound true. And her saying about the bikes getting bumpy, I don't know if she was being facetious because with that term, or she just literally just said some nonsense there that just literally made no sense. But here's the one that gets me more than anything: Deacon is a selfish, and simply that's boring because the game is uncritical of his actions. Now, there's things that happen randomly in the game, like right here, where a hostage is getting threatened or about to get eaten by these zombies, and in the game you can choose to save them. As you can see, clear nearby enemies to rescue the hostage. If that is a selfish character, which you are controlling in this instance, you could either just let the man die and go upon your business, or you can save him. Clearly she did not want to save him, so she based it off of that, because there's a lot of instances in the game, even in the beginning of the game, where you're sacrificing yourself so your wife can get to safety. I guess she forgot about that part. Retrieving some medicine for Boozer, who had his arm burnt off earlier in the game by the Rippers. So I guess none of that existed to make him a selfish character, even though it's in a post-apocalyptic world. Again, here we go with clear nearby enemies to rescue hostage. So I guess if Deacon St. John is a selfish character, he wouldn't be, risking himself to these freakers that could eat him, or if he's low on ammo reserve, or stuff like that, he wouldn't go and rescue him, even though this is completely your choice to do. So apparently she must have not done none of these random events where people are getting harassed by the freakers, and sometimes you'll get harassed by other human beings in the game, and you have a choice to save them, which I've done more than one time, or more. I've done so on many occasions on rescuing people. So this bullshit that Kelly Plague is saying is nothing but bullshit, and you can see it's being displayed in this video as proving her completely wrong that Deacon is a selfish character when you're doing things like this in the game, and the things I mentioned. I also forgot to mention this as well. You save this girl. I'm not going to get into the specifics of the mission because I don't want to spoil it for you how it goes down, but I believe you save her more than once on occasion, and again that goes into refuting that Deacon is a selfish character. See, the stuff that you're saying in your written review seem like you half-assed it and just were saying a bunch of nonsense, Kelly Plague. It doesn't seem like you actually played the game. Maybe you had an intern or something and he was playing it for you, or you just don't know how to play video games, because these are things that are literally showing you that the character that you're saying is selfish, and the game is not critical of his actions. Well, you're in a post-apocalyptic world. People are trying to kill you. There are just random traps that you can just run into, get your bike messed up, fall off of it, and they'll try to come at you with, machetes and axes just to kill you. but yet you're supposed to be nice in a world where, it seems like every man is for themselves. Here's another mission where you had to go rescue someone for Tucker and bring her back to the camp, and Deacon did not bring her back to the camp and gave her own choice of will to go somewhere else because she didn't want to work as a slave. So that's another hole in your theory saying this guy is selfish. I don't know what you mean by you want the game to punish him for being selfish when in these scenarios that I presented, and there are many scenarios like this, that Deacon is not a selfish character. He actually does a lot of unselfish things to help others and risks his life in the process. So when you say things like that in your review, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you're saying the clear camps out infestation horde zone can be satisfying on its own sake, but the open world activities grow repetitive, poor pacing takes the excitement out of the horde fights. So the same thing that makes it satisfying is the same thing that makes it repetitive. I just don't understand if you played this game or you didn't play this game, because you're saying a lot of things that's being disproven with the subplots of side missions in the game. I've come across many different scenarios. They don't all play out the same thing just because they have the same mission scenarios of clearing out these rippers. Every scenario kind of plays out different from the last, the way you go about it. So I'm very methodical and strategic when I go in there. So I don't know how she was playing. Maybe she was getting killed a lot and she just said, I'm not doing this anymore. I suck at playing the game. I'm going to, just run through it and or have my intern play it, and I'll just make up bullshit along the way. Because it just doesn't make any sense that she's saying all this nonsense. And this brings me to Lucy O'Brien. Like, I don't get how you criticize having this feature, which a lot of games have, this slowdown feature, is a detriment. Like, you're really going to knock off points for this game. I don't know if she's being facetious about it or she's being serious, because it seems like she's being pretty serious that you're knocking a game for having a feature that a lot of games have that helps instead of being a detriment. Just these Lucy O'Brien Kelly Plague to me sound like they have an agenda towards the game. And the agenda that they have is more important than actually reviewing the game for what it is. Because a lot of people are getting their hands on this game and seeing that what these two idiots are saying, I'm just going to say it, is not true. This video shows that and disproves what they said about the game isn't true. I'm not saying the game is a 10. I'm not saying it's a 9. But what I am saying is the nonsense and the bullshit that they were saying isn't true, and it shouldn't be taken true at all, because it's been proven it has no validity to it at all.
Damn, I could hear the shooting outside.
Kelly Plague, you're not a gamer. Lucy O'Brien, you seem like you have an agenda. Both of you seem like you have an agenda. These people I wouldn't take serious with the reviews. I just wanted to poke holes in their nonsense so you can see that what they're saying is completely untrue. So I just want to get y'all feedback in the comment section.